When preparing a quote for an outdoor lighting job involving a brick sign, there are several factors to consider to ensure an accurate and competitive price. Firstly, material costs need to be assessed, including the price of underground feeder cable, electrical metallic tubing, THHN wire, the lights themselves, the photocell, and junction boxes. Secondly, labor costs must be estimated, taking into account the time required for trenching, wiring, and mounting both the light and the sign. Thirdly, site conditions play a role, considering the distance to trench, any obstacles present, and other environmental factors. Finally, include a profit margin to ensure the job is financially worthwhile. To estimate the material costs, consider the following. For 50 feet of 12/2 underground feeder cable, budget around $50. 3 500-watt quartz lights might cost approximately $150. 50 feet of 1/2-inch electrical metallic tubing will be about $25. A T-junction box is roughly $5. 2 4-inch junction boxes will total around $10, and a photocell will cost about $20. Estimating labor cost requires evaluating the time needed for each task. Trenching 50 feet at a rate of $5 per foot will be $250. Wiring and installation, assuming it takes approximately 4 hours at a rate of $50 per hour, will be $200. To determine the total estimated costs and the material and labor expenses, materials will total $260, while labor amounts to $450. Based on these estimated costs and factoring in a reasonable profit margin, a quote of $1,200 would be appropriate. This price should cover all necessary materials, labor, and a fair profit for the time and effort involved. The justification for this price is that it is competitive with industry standards for similar work. It encompasses all essential materials, labor, and overhead costs. It also provides a reasonable profit margin to ensure the sustainability of the business. When working with electrical systems, safety and compliance are paramount. Always adhere to the National Electrical Code, or NEC, which provides guidelines for safe electrical installations. This ensures the safety of individuals and protects property from electrical hazards. Proper grounding and bonding techniques, as outlined in NEC Section 250, are crucial for minimizing the risk of electrical shock and equipment damage. Grounding creates a low impedance path for fault currents, allowing protective devices to quickly interrupt the circuit. Bonding ensures that all metallic parts of the electrical system are at the same electrical potential, reducing the likelihood of voltage differences that could cause shock hazards. When selecting conductors, refer to NEC Table 310.15b16 to determine the appropriate ampacity based on conductor size and insulation type. Ampacity is the maximum current a conductor can carry continuously without exceeding its temperature rating. Using conductors with adequate ampacity prevents overheating and potential fire hazard. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are essential for protecting electrical circuits from overloads and short circuits. NEC Section 240.4d provides guidance on selecting the appropriate size overcurrent protection for conductors. The overcurrent protection device should be sized to protect the conductor from overcurrent conditions, preventing damage to the wiring and equipment. When installing underground feeder cable, adhere to NEC Section 300.5, which specifies minimum burial depths for different wiring methods and voltage levels. Proper burial depth protects the cable from physical damage, such as from digging or landscaping activities. For direct burial cables, ensure they are listed for direct burial and installed according to the manufacturer's instructions. When using electrical metallic tubing, follow NEC Article 358 for proper installation methods. Electrical metallic tubing provides mechanical protection for conductors and can also serve as an equipment grounding conductor when installed correctly. Ensure that all connections are made with approved fittings and that the tubing is securely supported. Junction boxes are used to provide a safe and convenient location for splicing and terminating conductors. NEC Section 314.16 provides guidance on determining the appropriate size of junction boxes based on the number and size of conductors. Ensure that all splices and terminations are made with approved connectors and that the junction boxes are properly closed and secured. Photocell devices are used to automatically control lighting based on ambient light levels. Ensure that the photocell is listed for outdoor use and installed in a location where it will receive adequate sunlight. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for proper wiring and installation. When working with quartz lights, be aware that they operate at high temperatures and can pose a burn hazard. Ensure that the lights are mounted securely and that they are not accessible to the public. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for proper installation and maintenance. Remember to always de-energize electrical circuits before working on them. Use a voltage tester to verify that the circuit is de-energized before touching any wires or equipment. Wear appropriate personal protective equipment, such as safety glasses and gloves, to protect yourself from electrical hazards. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to perform the work. Working with electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to protect yourself and others. In addition to the technical aspects of the job, it is also important to consider the aesthetic aspects. Ensure that the lights are mounted in a way that is visually appealing and that they complement the design of the brick sign. Consider the color and intensity of the light and how it will affect the overall appearance of the sign. Consult with the client to determine their preferences and to ensure that they are satisfied with the final product. When preparing the quote, be sure to clearly outline the scope of work, including the materials to be used, the tasks to be performed, and the estimated time frame for completion. This will help to avoid any misunderstandings or disputes later on. It is also a good idea to include a clause in the contract that allows for adjustments to the price if unexpected problems arise. Communication is key to a successful project. Keep the client informed of your progress and any issues that may arise. Be responsive to their questions and concerns and address them promptly and professionally. Building a strong relationship with the client will help to ensure that they are satisfied with your work and that they will be more likely to recommend you to others. Finally, remember to obtain all necessary permits and inspections before starting the work. This will help to ensure that the installation is compliant with local codes and regulations. Failure to obtain the necessary permits and inspections can result in fines and delays. By following these guidelines, you can prepare an accurate and competitive quote for an outdoor lighting job, ensuring that you are compensated fairly for your time and effort while providing a high-quality service to the client. Remember to prioritize safety and compliance at all times, and to communicate effectively with the client throughout the project.